Hi everyone, it's Annie. Today we're going to be making Christmas decorations with our Cricut Maker. So we're going to make two separate ones. We're going to make one that's a personalized one. You can put some lettering on it. And the second one we're going to make is going to be a Grinch can. I haven't completed that one yet, so you'll be working on it with me. So it should look like this when we're finished. So what supplies we need, we're going to need some glitter. We're going to need a fillable ornament, so the little top comes off and we're going to fill that. We're going to need some snow for the other one, and we'll need some little decorations for the top, maybe some ribbon to hang it with, and some vinyl. So I've cut up pieces of various colors, and just our glue. So I've just used dollar glue here, and just our Cricut Maker. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we've got our fillable Christmas decoration here, and we're going to take our clear glue, and I'm going to pour the glue in. Okay, I'm going to swish it around, try and get all the area covered. Sometimes it takes a little bit more glue. Yeah, so we're just going to swish it all around. So as you're doing it, try and get rid of some of the air bubbles that are there as well. Okay, so when you think that you have the surface almost all covered, then we're going to just put the ornament with the glue upside down in a glue cup, in just a little clear cup actually, so that the excess glue will drain out. So we're going to just let that drain for maybe 5-6 minutes, and then we'll be adding our glitter to the ornament. I did try using other kinds of glue as well. This one here was just made with the regular glue and just some colored glitter. This one I did make, and it's using Mod Podge. So I actually really like the way this one turned out, because Mod Podge has a white color to it. So it's exactly the same glitter in each one. Just with the Mod Podge base you can get at the dollar store as well. It makes it kind of look like an antique ornament. So yeah, it turned out, they turned out really well. So you can just do that without doing anything else, vinyl on top. So we're just going to wait for our glue to drip out of the other one here, and then we'll be ready to add the glitter to it. Okay, so it looks like our glue is really well coated. You can recycle this glue back into your original container. So now we're just going to add the glitter to the ornament. So if you have a funnel, it might be easier. I'm just going to use my hands today and pour it in. And we're just going to swish it around. Make sure that you get all the surfaces covered. Okay, so then again, once it's covered, you can see it's all pretty glittery. It's totally covered. We're going to let the rest of the glitter drain out. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, let's go down and start preparing our Cricut, our vinyl to put on top of this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our design space, Cricut design space. Okay, so I should already be logged in. I'm going to make this big, and I'm going to go to new project. So I have uploaded the Grinch Cam stencil. So if I go to upload, it's right here. I'm going to go insert image, and it's huge. So this one's a little bit different than I've shown you before. So let's make it a little bit smaller. And because it has 3 colors, we have to treat it a little bit differently. So I'm going to click ungroup at the top, and now I can move around the individual pieces. So I want the Grinch ham on one area, the lens on another, and I guess this is the little light that says it's going to be on. Okay, so with that, I think it's still going to be a little bit big. Just make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so for this, we're going to use 3 colors. I'm going to do the Grinch Cam in white, the little red on light in red, and I'll do the lens in black. So we have to look at the canvas and see where these are, and I'm going to try and line up my colors on the mat of where they are. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say make it, and then I'm going to show you a cool trick so that we can do it all on one mat. So right now we have 3 separate mats. We have the green, the red, and the black one. So then we would have to cut 3 times. So in order to do them all on one mat, I'm going to pick number 2. So this is the Grinch Cam, and I'm going to just click on the image, and there's 3 little dots here. It says move object, and I'm going to pick the black. Confirm. So now if I go to this, there's that image. There was one more here, so we'll do this one as well. Move the object to the black. And we can still move them around on this mat here. Okay, then let's go to the little red dot that's on this one. Again, we'll click move object, and we're going to put it on the black mat as well. So still you can drag them to wherever we need them to be. So now we can cut them all on one mat. So we just have to make sure that we're lined up in the right with the right colors. So I'm going to move this one down. I'm going to move this one down. Maybe this 2 over here because they're going to be the same color. Okay, so our little red circle is down at the bottom just near the 3, so we'll put the red vinyl there. Okay, so we want this in black, and I need some scissors. It's a little bit big, so I'm just going to cut this to size. Okay, so that's going to be at the top. Grinch Cam is on the right, so I'm just going to move it over between the 5 and the 6. And I can put the vinyl here. Okay, so you can see I have 3 sets of vinyl all lined up ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape them down just because our machine gets a little bit wobbly sometimes, just like the little one. So I'm just going to use masking tape to tape it down so that they don't move when we put them in the Cricut. So, too much. And my mat's not really that sticky anymore, so this should help keep it down while it's going in the Cricut. And then I'll just do the white, and I'll do just at the bottom. Okay, so now let's go continue. And you can see our Cricut Maker here is ready to go. Oh, first of all, we have to, sorry, I forgot. So we have to do our material, and I'm going to use just regular vinyl. And I'm going to set it to more for the pressure. Okay, so now you can see it's almost ready to go. The light is flashing. And so I'm going to push the load button and push the Cricut button. And there we go. So the Cricut's now cutting out our 3 colors of vinyl, which doesn't take very long. We can look on the monitor and you can see it's going up quickly, so we're already at 58%. Okay, so that looks like it's finished. We can press the unload button. Okay, so our vinyl's been cut. All 3 pieces worked out well. And so what we need to do now is we need to weed the excess material. So for that, we'll use our weeding tool. So the next thing we need to do, and I've done a couple of them, is to remove the vinyl backing from this stencil. So I've done the little red dot, I've done the camera lens, and I'm just working on the Grinch. So you're just peeling back the layers using your weeding tool to hold it down as well. And just be very cautious when you're peeling it back, that you're getting all the things to stay on the sticky part. So all the vinyl is removed, the backing. So here we have the letters for the Grinch cam, and just a little bit of weeding for this one was just in between the A and the R. So I've already taken that excess material out. So there's just a little bit of weeding in the camera lens, which I'm going to take out now. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, so it's sort of a layering technique. You can do it a couple of ways. I'm going to do it, so I'm going to add the parts to the back just in between the Grinch cam words. So I'm going to take this off and I'll put it right in the middle. And then I'll take the little red dot as well. And I'm just going to place that right in the middle. Okay, so that is our stencil ready to go. So now I'm going to take the transfer tape and I will apply the transfer tape to this, and then we'll be putting it on the ornament. So transfer tape can be tricky as well. Okay, so I've used real transfer tape for this one just because our little stencils are tiny. So I'm going to place that right over our whole stencil. Okay, so then we'll turn it over, and then we'll need to remove the backing so that everything is just on the transfer tape. Okay, so I did it. That was great. So I believe there is a technique, if you're putting it on something round, is to do a few cuts in the just in your transfer tape so that it can mold around the ornament. So I'm just going to run and grab my scissors, and then I'll be putting that on the ornament. Okay, so I've got my scissors. So what I'm gonna do is trim the transfer tape and make it as small as possible. I think I've actually made the lettering a little bit too big, but that's okay for our first try. Okay, so I think we're going to make little slits just don't cut into any of your, so that we'll be able to bend it around the ornament a little bit better. Okay, so here we are. Our glitter has dried, so let's just place it down. So you're just going to place it down and then just keep pushing. It's very hard to get it flat, I think, but just because our lettering is a little bit big. So I'm just going to use my fingers for this one. And so let me just push it down a little bit more. Then we'll remove the, oops, I realize now I have it upside down. Oh dear. Okay, well, our Grinch cam is going to be upside down. We should have applied it the other way. Let me see if I can get it off. So I've got it down as best as I can. It's a little bit bunchy, so what I'll do now is I'm just going to pull off the transfer tape and hopefully So just be careful when you're doing it that things are staying down. Just pull very slowly. The bigger pieces are a little bit easier, just some of the letters tend to stick sometimes. Okay, and there we have it. There's our Grinch cam. It's upside down. I will put the top on it. Okay, so there's our finished Grinch cam ornament. Unfortunately, this time it's upside down. So next time we'll have to put the lettering on the other way. So looks pretty good even though it's upside down. So for our second ornament today, we're going to be making the one with my name on it. So we need some red vinyl. We need some snow. This snow ended up being a little thicker than I needed. So that's basically it. So we're just gonna add the snow to the empty ornament. And because it's so thick, I just am using a funnel and pushing it down into the ornament. So I guess you can probably buy snow that's a little bit more in smaller pieces. So anyways, it still works. So if you just add a little bit at a time, you can make a paper funnel as well. So we'll just keep going until we fill, I'd say fill it about half full with snow. Okay, so we have our Christmas ornament half full of snow. So now we're going to use our Cricut. And so this time, it's not going to upload an image. We're going to go to text. So there's a little box in the bottom there and it says add text here. So I'm going to type my name. Okay, so I'm going to go to fonts and I'm going to go to system because those are ones that are loaded in our system. Others you may have to pay for them. So this one looks good. I want it all in capital letters. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller and I'm going to move it up. And that looks good. I think we have to click attach. Okay, so we're going to say make it. And I'm just going to drag this just down a little bit so it's not. Okay, so we're going to use vinyl again. I'm going to put the default to more, so there's a little bit more pressure. It's asking me, I've got my vinyl loaded. I have taped it down as well. So we're just going to put it in the Cricut now. Press the load button. And it's ready to go. So it's all finished now. We'll press the unload button and we'll just remove the vinyl from the grid mat. Okay, so I did remove the vinyl and so now I'm just going to put transfer tape over the lettering, kind of squish it all down. I'm going to cut it just so that we don't have as much of it. Okay, get rid of that. Then I'm going to take some slits like we did for the first one, just so it's going around an ornament as well. So it just makes it easier to pat down the sides when we have the little slits. Okay, so I'm going to remove the backing from the transfer tape. Get rid of that. So this is our final step. I already put a little piece of ribbon on it. So I'm going to try and center it and then just really push it down so that it's flat. It is harder because it's round and it is smaller, so if you do use a bigger type of clear ornament, then it might make it even as easier. Okay, so the last step is just removing the transfer tape when you think that you've got it all stuck down. You can use your weeding material. So it seems to pull off pretty easily. So a little piece here. Okay, so that's it. So that one's all complete as well. So I got a little sleigh, and so these are some of the ornaments that we've made. So these are the two I showed you earlier. So this is the glitter with clear glue. This is the same glitter using a Mod Podge base. I just did a couple of other ones and I decorated them with little bells. So this is similar to what we just did. I did another one, Let It Snow, and just put some cute ribbon and some bells on it. And you'll remember from the first one, our Grinch cam. Okay, so those are the two that I've done live with you. So that's it, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas.